Hi again. So I'm back on the chipper. Since I recorded the first part, what you've just seen, I have actually used it, but I forgot one thing. Well, I didn't really forget. I thought they were okay. If I can find it, where are we? You can see the blade's off at the moment, and I was using it with that blade on. You see, there's a big nick out of it. It's not blunt, but it's not sharp. So what I'm going to do, wire brush all that muck off it and where it fits onto, and this side is a good side. It's like new. I don't think that has ever been switched around. When I bought it, I was told, I think I mentioned before, that it was serviced, and I was told the blades were sharp, and I don't actually think they were. It looks, possibly might have been, but I'm not sure. Look along there. But anyway, that blade is not great. You can see that. Not good along there. So what I'm going to do is use that side of the blade. But actually, in the meantime, I'll mention this, I have bought some brand new blades for it. But they're going to go in the drawer at the moment because I ordered them before I knew these were double-sided. So you can turn them both ways. So I don't know what the other one's like on it, but I assume that's a bit worn down too. So I assume they've never been changed and it's only been used on one side. Because in between the first part of this video and me just starting now, I used it, but I didn't feel it was there were big improvements what I've done. For a start, the belt adjusting, which I will just mention. I think I forgot to mention on the first bit of video, them engine bolts, oh, where are we? Probably see better there. Them engine bolts had to be unloosened as well. I didn't mention that, so that these move the engine along, so they had to slightly be unloosened. There, you can just about see there. So yeah, you have to undo the 4 of them, and then just slightly, and then it will pull the engine along. The belts never come off once when I used it, so that was great. Solved that problem. The rev stayed fairly high, but I'm gonna make something to hold that on full revs because it works so much better when it's there than there. So I'm gonna probably put a loop type thing on there and have a sort of a spring or something, because it sort of slips back. Yeah, it has got a habit of slipping back as well. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do with that. It never clogged up. I actually took this side shoot off yesterday. In light and great there, and nothing's clogged up in there. So it's performing okay. It's just I just wanted just a little bit better, and I think the blades could actually do that. So I'm going to put them blades on. I'll show you me doing that. We'll just go back on there, the other way around, and then yeah, that'll be sort of done then, and hopefully it'll be okay. All my exhaust and everything did well. A bit smelly for a start because it sort of slightly burns off the heat resistant paint a little bit while it's drying, and then the smell goes after a little while. So that's all nice and solid. See, that's gone a little bit rusty there. It's been dripping in my van. It's another job I've got to do. The roof condensates a lot, but anyway, this is a chipper video. So yeah, I'm reasonably happy with it. It's just I think I can get it a little bit better. So what I'll do, I'll set the tripod up so somewhere to sit down, and then we'll get them on. Yeah, so I'm on the chipper now. I'm just about to give that a good clean out along there, just while I'll brush it. So then I'll get that blade. I've just shown you back on. But I had bought these new blades, and they weren't really 100% officially for this, but I thought they looked the same. But I didn't notice the measurement was slightly longer, which it is. So I'll just show you if I can. I'll put that there. Sorry if the light isn't great, but I was worried about the bolt holes were going to be different. But the bolt holes are spot on. But if you can see, slightly longer there. Get a light. Slightly longer there. It's not an issue at the moment because I'm not going to be using them blades because they're just going to be spare blades. But when I do use them, I'm going to have to trim the end off, because these blades I think cost me around £60 for the pair. I've got 2 of these. £60 for the pair, and Titan Pro charge £95 each. On eBay, that is. I'm not sure how much on their site. I think it might be a tad cheaper on their site, but yeah, on their site I think they might just be a little bit cheaper, but not much. So it's going to be worth me cutting the end off So that's what I'll do when it comes to it. I'll just put them in the drawer at the moment until I need them. So yeah, my idea now is to just get this blade just a bit cleaned up. I'll just give it a wire brush, and then we'll get it fit. You can see that bit's really damaged there. So it's unlikely I'm not gonna be able to use that side of the blade again. So we'll see how long this goes. I even think I might have done that myself. I was going through quite hard and it was running a bit slow, and I think I might have done that. But anyway, they hadn't been sharpened very well lately, I don't think. So I think the person lied to me, like I said before. But yeah, fair enough. I got it at a good price, so I'm not massively worried about it. And I can sort out all these little things, and it should be fine then. So yeah, I'll get you on a tripod in a minute, and we'll get these blades sorted. So yeah, I'm sorted now, and we can get these this blade back on. So let me get the bolts. Thought I'd got everything in place, more or less had. And I just did have a little bit of bad luck. I was moving things around. The blade fell in there, and it went right down in the bottom of the bowl, if you like. And I thought I was going to have to land up having to take all this bearing bit off and everything to get it out, but I managed to see it and hook it out. So yeah, if you're doing one of these blades, make sure it's away from here really. I shouldn't have it there, but anyway, let's get this one. Nearly knocked it again, didn't I? It's all cleaned up now, so let's get this one back on. Because there isn't a clutch on these, and actually when I turn this, the actual engine turns. Make sure you pull the spark plug cap off, because that's what I've done, and I've actually got the engine switched off in the off position anyway. But just make sure the spark plug cap is off, because it is possible it could start. So yeah, just a bit of safety advice there. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of grease on the bottom of the bolts. This is some ceramic grease. It will do. It will just make it easier if I have to get them off again. So it's pretty simple. I'll show you me getting the other one off. But we'll put this one on first. So just make sure it was that way. You can see the bolt marks there. So it was that way before. So you have that shiny bit upwards. So yeah, it's just basically the matter of switching it around, and it fits in there quite nicely. So just get a couple of them started. Do the middle first. I actually took them out of an impact, but to tighten them up, I'll just tighten them up by hand. I wanted to get them off quick because I wanted to measure them up to order the new ones. So yeah, with impact is nice and quick. If I change them again, I'll probably do that, but it isn't here at the moment. So just repeat the process. It's always handy for something on it just to keep the threads from getting rusty, because there's a lot of moisture and that go through these machines. But I did a job with it the other day, and I cut down it was some like wild plum bullets, like a wild plum sort of bush, and it was hitting against the house, so I cut off what I only thought was going to be a small amount. And when I got to clearing up, there was a massive pole there. So I had this in the van. It was getting near to being dark. So yeah, I got it out, and within half an hour, the big pole was gone. So yeah, it's worth its weight in gold really at times, because you know you can get more done. And I just filled their wheelie bin with it. I brought the wheelie bin home, emptied, and then just took the wheelie bin back, and that was all the rubbish. One wheelie bin load it was of chippings, and that was a lot of rubbish went through there. So basically you just see me tighten up. I won't bore you with all of this, I just do the first one, and yeah, and we'll repeat the process on that. So what I'll do, I'll get all them tightened up, and then we'll get the other one off the other side, and then check everything's right, and then that should be done. That should be the chipper sorted. It's going to be about the best I think I can really get it. That's got a nice edge on that blade now, so and we'll see how that goes. But I'll be back when I've done this. So yeah, the blades are all back on now. I'm just going to definitely check that clears, and it doesn't, which is irritating. I don't know why that would be. the other one does clear it. So yeah, we'll have to look at that. Have to just adjust that, I reckon. That is a little bit irritating, that is. I don't know why it would do that. Let's just turn around the other way. Like I said, be careful with this. Yeah, see, that clears on that one. Where there's sort of any adjustment on them. But I might just undo them and just see if it will move up a little bit. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. So yeah, I'll get that sorted and be back with you. So annoyingly, I have managed to adjust that blade back a little bit, but it's still, and listen, very, very, very slightly touching. So that means I'm going to have to undo them bolts, ones I had to heat earlier on in the video. So yeah, just find what the right socket bit is. Well, it ain't actually a socket, it's Allen key. But hopefully they'll be okay now because I put the new bolts in. So yeah, that is a little, that's the right one straight away. So let me just find the other bit. Yeah, it's a little bit irritating, but I suppose the blades can wear at sort of different ways, you know. One can wear more than the other. So what I'll do, I'll undo them bolts and then I'll show you when we're done. So they're all nice and tight now. I'll just check the clearance. Clearance is pretty close to that there. So not too, could slightly go in that side a little bit, but then it might touch in the middle a little bit. It's not too bad. Might leave that because it's nearer than it was in the first place. Now let's just get around here. I had sort of unloosened them a bit earlier, but then I whether I did the whole lot. So basically, it's a simple process. I haven't, that one I don't loosen. It's a simple process, just like the other side, just taking the 5 bolts out. Just see how tight they are. I'll give you an idea of how tight they sort of get. They're not silly tight. That one's quite tight, but that one's quite tight there. Like, I've done it though. You could get a break. You could always get a breaker bar on it, which would be easier. Or like I said, an impact. But if you haven't got one of them, a breaker bar would do the trick. So yeah, it's just basically get them off. I'll just get that done and then I'll be back with you. So all out now. I haven't actually pulled it off yet. I might just need a slight lever. Yeah, it wasn't very stuck at all. This one, let's just wire brush that off a minute if I can find the wire brush. Yeah, it's the same with that blade there. I don't think that side's been used either. But that original side isn't too bad either. But I'm going to obviously swap it around because that's what the aim is to do. So it's just the same process. Just, well, I'll clean it up and then just bolt that back on there. And then we're done that. So yeah, I'll get that done and I'll be back with you just before the end of the video. So now I've adjusted that anvil bit now, and as you can see, it's close, but it does clear it, and I wanted it close, so we are done there now. I haven't tried this yet. I'll just run it round to the other one. For some reason, there's a little bit more distance to that side. Not really a lot I can do about that. Possibly that blade might move down a little bit, but I'm probably just going to leave well alone at the moment because I think it'll be okay. So basically we've covered most things on here now. We've done the blades. I'll just take you off there a minute and what else done. We did the exhaust there, so all that's all good now. I have had to run it without an air filter because it doesn't rev out properly with the air filter, and I think that was due to when the gas has all got into where the air filter is. I think it's bunged the air filter up, so I've got a new one on order. And they're about 16, 17 pounds here. So I've ordered a a couple from China, because I'm pretty sure they're the same as a Honda one, so I ordered actually 3, so I'm prepared to wait for them. What else did we do? We adjusted the engine, like I said earlier, just on them, and just got to loosen them first and adjust it on them. So we've done that. I'm not actually aware there's much more else to do on it, really. There is the belt guard to put on the other side, but that's just a guard, so I haven't got to show you that. I probably will make some sort of more quick release bolts there for the to get it off, to get the shoe off. And I've actually took the bolts out in the last job and left them there, last job I used it on, but that's not a problem because they're just a standard size bolt. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I think in the video you saw earlier, I have solved the belts coming off. I have solved it getting blocked up. The only other job I'm going to do is I'm going to probably see if I can find, try to show you a little bit better there. Try to do about any, so you're not getting any glare. I'm probably just going to drill a little hole in there and then hook a spring in there and then hook it, put some sort of little hook on, well, put it on that one actually, just so I can keep the revs up high if I want to. Oh, that one actually, it doesn't really matter. I've probably got something in the drawer to do that, so I'll probably show you what I've done there. It just keep the revs up a bit high, because you notice a difference from, that probably is a stop there, but you just notice that extra little bit does shoot the material out a lot better just by having it there. So I would like to have an option there. I'll make a spring that will hang down and hook so it won't fall off, and then I could just hook it to there when I want it, because for lighter stuff it doesn't always need to be fully up, but it does seem to run a lot better then. So yeah, I will sort that out. I might actually have a quick look at that now, and then we're sort of done this chipper. I can sort of yeah, can be ready for action really. I don't know when the next job I'll actually use it on yet, but yeah, it will be done. So I'll see what I'm going to do about that spring, and then I'll show you. And the light's not great, but as you can see, that's how I've done that. I've drilled a hole through there and put a spring on it. I've really just got to trial this really, see how it goes. But as you can see, it comes off like that. So that can just sort of hang there when it's running normally. And then if I want to bring it up to full revs, I can just hook it on there. So yeah, we've sort of done everything on this now, what needs to be done. So yeah, that's the end of this basically sorting out the Titan Pro Beaver 1500. I just sorted out basically niggly little problems really, but yeah, I've got them sorted. Alright, I'm not quite gone yet. I decided in the end to go that approach with that piece there. I managed to find like this, I think it's off some mower to hold cables around that bolts on, hold cables out of the way. And it's actually worked quite well, so all I have to do is, don't want to knock the light off, and then that does that. So it looks neater, it looks nicer like that, I think. And it just bolted to the carburetor bolts. So yeah, I think that'll be fine. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. I'm quite pleased with that now. So yeah, like I said before, everything's sort of done now. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll be along with another video again soon.